What's up, guys, and welcome back to Fandom Assemble for episode numero dos. Once again, I'm Augie, and this is my boy Gib, and welcome. Sadly, there's not too many Marvel news to talk about right now with Loki ending, which sucks. Besides speculations as to when this Spider-Man trailer is going to release, we don't have pretty much anything to talk about besides that and What If. Sadly.
Yeah, this week has
sad week for Marvel fans.
But it all starts out soon. I still feel that there is going to be a trailer of some sort this week. Even if it's like a easier to say, oh, next Monday's the trailer or whatnot. Yeah. Something will come this week.
Well, since we're on the topic of Spider-Man trailer, there was this little teaser or this little leak going around. For those of you who don't know, about 2 days ago or so, a day ago, I think maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head. Sony Japan released. It hasn't been confirmed whether or not it's real or fake or whatever. No one knows. But there was a video released, and it kind of showed when the trailer was going to come out. And so it was a teaser of the teaser. It wasn't anything official. Like I said, no one knows. But let's check it out real quick just to get a little refresher. Part of me, so our friend Warren, who also does YouTube on Marvel, Cosmic Wonder on YouTube, for those of you interested, huge channel by the way. He kind of did a breakdown on this as well, and I saw what he was talking about was kind of real. I can see what he was saying. So he thinks this is completely fake, based off of the Spider-Man at the beginning of this. And how photoshopped it looks in, and on top of that, how it blocks off where you see the trailer releasing the date. So he thinks July. It's fake because of that. All it says is July, and then you don't see anything. You can barely see that little 2, and that's it.
Yeah, I know what Warren's saying, and I kind of agree with him, but I don't know. Because the weird thing was, it was deleted.
It was deleted immediately.
A minute after it was posted.
So if something's fake, why go through the pain of deleting it? There's so many Far or No Way Home things out there that are fake, and no one deletes them because they don't care because they're fake. But why delete this if it's fake?
Yeah, but no one realized, especially on Twitter, no one realized that this came out, and then one account tweeted it, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, this the 22nd is a Thursday."
Mm-hmm. For me, so tomorrow.
Yeah, for me it's tomorrow. For you, it's day of recording.
At the time of us uploading this, it'll be tomorrow.
Yeah, fair enough. But if we do get a trailer, surely someone like Daniel RPK or Charles Murphy or something like that, surely they know that the trailer is coming. They haven't said anything, but they know the trailer's coming before What If. I mean, everyone knows the trailer's gonna be coming.
I hope it comes out before What If. If it doesn't, I'm gonna lose my mind.
It wouldn't make sense to come out after What If.
Unless they just want to hold it from us. They just want to keep us in the dark.
If they want to hold it from us, I will kill you in my hands, Marvel. Release the trailer. No, but I think definitely, I'm 95% sure it's still coming this week. If not, it's coming next week. Because they can't exactly release it. No, I don't want to bet on that, bro. The fuck? They can't exactly release it on the week of What If.
Yeah,
Like when
because
What If comes out.
yeah, it was the same like situation with Loki, where if they release it during one of their shows, it'll take attention from that.
Exactly. So it's smart because it's keeping everyone on edge waiting for this trailer, but it's gonna piss off so many people if they just keep delaying.
This is the thing. Even if it doesn't like get delayed, it's gonna piss so many people off because so many people are hoping to see Andrew, Tom, and like so many of these villains in the trailer in the first teaser, and that's obviously not gonna happen. I'm like 99% sure it won't happen. And so many people are gonna be so pressed and like offended and just triggered because of the fact that they've been waiting on this for so long, and the second they get something, it's nothing that they want to really see.
There's not a chance they're gonna release. They're gonna show Tom. No, Toby. Shut up. Not a chance they're gonna show Toby and Andrew in the teaser trailer. Not a chance. If they do, then they're ruining all the hype for the movie.
Yeah.
But I feel like they will show at least one, maybe two villains. I feel they'll also. I feel like at the end as well, they're going
The
to
only
show
two
like
villains I think, in my opinion, to show, just because they're confirmed, would be
Electro
Electro
and
and
Doc
Doc Ock.
Ock.
No, just
Yeah.
those two. Anyone else from that, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't show them. But those two, I wouldn't, or I would be surprised if they show
yeah.
anyone else. But those two, I wouldn't be, just because they're confirmed. Like they're on there. Like we know for 100% sure they're there.
Which is like we know because they both said. Both Dino RPK has also said that, and pretty much everyone has kind of guessed it, that William Dafoe's
Gonna be in
is
it.
coming. Sandman, but no one's confirmed about Sandman.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything but too much about him.
I think they confirmed it though. I'm not entirely sure.
I can't remember off the top of my head at the moment.
The lizard was confirmed. The one from Amazing Spider-Man 1, he was confirmed. Dino RPK confirmed him. And then some people are saying the Rhino, but some people are saying, just,
Hmm.
you know, MCU villain like Mysterio or whatnot. It's no one knows who the sixth villain is. You know that makes sense for them to have at least some sort of Sinister Six fight,
Yeah.
because that's the way they were going with in the Amazing Spider-Man
Okay.
series. They were trying to go with, if you remember, like the post-credit scene of that, they had Green Goblin, Rhino, Lizard. I think they had Scorpion in there as well.
Mhm.
But like, be surprised if in the trailer they only show Doctor Octopus and Electro.
Mhm.
But at the, you know how like some trailers have like post credit things after the Spider-Man No Way Home, or like the title reveal or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like how the Guardians was in Infinity War.
Mhm.
I feel like they do that with Matt Murdock.
Okay.
So like they'll have a little clip of him in court, you know.
Mhm. Okay.
talking
Well,
to the court or whatnot.
well, since like I said, since we're still on this topic about Spider-Man, for those of you who don't like plot leaks, me and Gib, we like we said, we have a friend. His name is Warren Cosmic Wonder on YouTube, who does like a lot of plot leaks. Like whatever he hears out there, he'll do a video on them. So me and him don't really like care too much about like hearing or like seeing plot leaks, even if they're real or fake, just because we're that we're that invested into them. So for those of you who don't typically like that kind of stuff, who want the movie to be like 100% a complete surprise, I would probably like mute for these like next couple like
5
5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes or so. So I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds right now to like go ahead and do that. But for those of you who are unmuted and don't really care about like seeing or hearing about some plot leaks, so as we know, there's like hundreds of plot leaks out there for the movie. Most of them fake, but as with every plot leak, most of them have something that, even if it's just one thing, it's real. And there's a plot leak out there that people are like, no one knows which one it is, but there's a plot leak out there that's like 100% confirmed to be like, or not confirmed, but like people that are like, that invest their time in the plot leaks and all that have said it's like 99% sure that's like the actual plot leak. And how do you feel about it? I know you know which, like, I know you know which one I'm talking about, the one with like the fight going on in Statue of Liberty, like, and like Spider-Man releasing, you know, the villains and stuff, and all that.
Yeah, like, yeah.
So for those of you who don't know the plot leak, we should probably start it off on that. It's not like the whole movie. We don't get like the whole movie like right off the bat, or in that plot leak we don't get like the whole script, but we get like important pieces from it. And it's talking about, so it starts off with, you know, Peter obviously being, you know, his life is like ruined after Mysterio revealed his identity to the world. And he goes to Doctor Strange and asks, you know, for help, ask him to like cast a spell on everyone so they they completely forget that he's Spider-Man. And Doctor Strange agrees, you know, thinks it's the best, like, it's the best thing to do for both, for just the world and himself, and Peter, I should say. So he does, and while casting that spell, something happens. We don't know what it is. We don't know why it happened or what it was, but because of that spell that he casted, some Spider-Man villains from the Raimi trilogy and the Amazing Spider-Man movies come to the MCU, and Doctor Strange kind of, you know, puts them in the little in a little prison, and you know, what those Spider-Man or what those villains remember, the last thing they remember is Spider-Man killing them or them about to die in the fate of Spider-Man. And what they do, since, you know, we've already seen it in Far From Home, our Peter is really like naive and really gullible, especially, you know, when it comes to, you know, him being in the wrong. People. Yeah, trusting people. He trusts people too easily, and he feels like a lot of it is his fault when things go the wrong way. So what William Dafoe's Green Goblin technically does in this plot leak is convince and persuade Spider-Man to set them free because they don't want to die, because if they go back home they're gonna die. And Peter feels like it's his fault, since he is Spider-Man. He feels like it would be his fault if those guys go back and die at the hands of him, technically, because he's Spider-Man like the other Spider-Men are. And what he does is like fight Doctor Strange and breaks a key that Doctor Strange has on him, which releases the villains, and they start, you know, destroying the city and everything. And then, you know, the whole fight in the Statue of Liberty takes place. Some people die. I don't want to like go too far into it, but some people die. So if you really want to like look at it, like if you want like all the details of this plot, just search it up. Yeah, it'll be the first thing you find. It's probably the most popular plot leak out there right now. But like, how do you feel about that? Like, if that's the way the movie goes?
Like, it's an amazing plot leak. It's just one thing that I literally just thought of. It's a bit like Far From Home, but instead of one villain, it's 6. You know, like
where Mysterio gains his trust, backstabs him, a bunch of crap goes down.
But the weird thing is, I'm like, Mysterio actually cared about Peter, while William Dafoe
probably won't
care about Peter.
Yeah, Mysterio actually had a little bit of a bond, even if it was like, if it was like a forced bond, he actually ended up caring about him just a little bit.
because like when he saw the replay, in that scene, it's like when he found the drone was taken away and
He was like, just
in
know
there
when I have to
shaking.
kill Peter, like it's gonna be on your hands to the
He was-
Tinker or whoever he is. Not
yeah,
Tinker,
and he
but
was really annoyed.
yeah.
Yeah, but like don't get me wrong, it's an amazing like movie. I just feel like it could have been done on a bigger scale because it's like a solo Spider-Man movie.
Mhm.
I feel like it could have been done on a scale where
Oh, we even left that part of the plot leak out. Supposedly after he breaks the villains out and they start like fighting in New York, Peter somehow, we don't know how, it doesn't explain it in the plot leak, but somehow, however he does it, whether it's with the help of Strange or not, he does something, performs some sort of magical spell or something. Maybe that's why that release like Funko Pop image of him with like the magic thing. Maybe that's part of like whether when he casts a spell and opens like a multiverse somehow and drags Toby and Andrew into the MCU.
which would make sense. Like it would make sense as to why they had him in a strange kind of costume looking way.
I'm really
But, like,
excited to see that. I really want to. Oh
I'm
my
so
god!
excited. But like I'm so excited, but I feel like they could have not like done a Spider-Verse movie to a bigger extent. I still feel like they will. I feel like
This is only the beginning.
this is only the beginning of the Spider-Verse. In the Multiverse of Madness, they'll explore the multiverse and more and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be a huge, obviously, because Kang will most likely be the next Thanos villain.
Yeah. 100%.
I feel like they'll get in Spider-Mans from each universe and pick them not just Toby and Andrew, but I feel like they get Spider-Gwen, they'll get Miles Morales 100%. They'll get Spider-Pig like into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
But then they'll also obviously Spider-Man Noir. I mean, he's everyone knows Spider-Verse, knows Spider-Man Noir. He's
Everyone thought like the Night Monkey was gonna be our Spider-Man Noir.
oh yeah. But
No, yeah, I completely get where you're coming from with.
I feel like that will be next Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Like Avengers Endgame kind of feel to it, where they'll be fighting a ton of Kangs and one huge Kang the Conqueror or something like that. And then I'm just thinking of it's late, so some of this might not make sense. But like a ton of Kangs versus a ton of Marvel heroes. Maybe you'll get a couple of the old X-Men, such as Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
No, so yeah,
Deadpool.
like that's one thing I wanted to touch on, like the whole Kang being the next like Thanos level villain. This is something like that I threw out there, like on Twitter. I posted it. People have said stuff about that like before me, obviously, but like, what if like there's a situation where obviously Kang controlling being the controller of time and all this is gonna be so much harder for the Avengers or whatever team we have to defeat. So like,
100%.
what if like what if we have a movie? Kind of, I have a feeling we're gonna have a movie like this, but I feel like we're gonna have another Infinity War where our team goes up against Kang and they like finally have to confront him. Yeah, and they lose again. And that's like that's gonna be our first taste of like defeat for this, like for these guys. And they're gonna realize, kind of like with Endgame, they like alone, they're not like alone or separated, they're not strong enough to beat Kang. So they're gonna need to do more in order to come together and beat him.
Bring in more multiverse.
Yeah, and what I
people,
was
yes.
thinking, is like, what if we have a situation where obviously we're gonna explore the quantum realm and know how to explore it, how to travel it even more than we already do now.
In
So like,
923,
yeah. So like, what if we're just like bouncing from multiverse to multiverse, grabbing like different kinds of like, different types of Iron Mans, different types of, Captain Americas or whoever it is, even though they're not in like our main ones aren't here anymore. They could still be alive in another universe, or even like this could be far fetched, but even to the point where we have to grab villains because it's that much of a threat to where maybe we even grab a Thanos. This is what I was talking about, I think, on one of my streams like a couple days ago. In the comics, like what the Avengers do at some point is realize that Kang is too strong for them. So what they do is, go ask Thanos and a bunch of people for help. And at first the Avengers are like, we don't want Thanos, like, you know what he's done, you know what he is, like, why would we want to work with him? And Captain America, I believe, and Captain Marvel both like say something along the lines of like, this is what like we need to do because of like the situation or whatever, like this is just like what must be done. And Thanos agrees, so he's on their side. And when they get there to fight Kang, Thanos thinks he's the greatest thing ever. He thinks no one can beat him. He goes up to Kang and says that he's gonna take his, after he's done with him, he's gonna take his skull and have it as like a souvenir, as because he beat him. And Kang just laughs and grabs Thanos by the throat and he tells him like, I'm about to like show you what it really is to like have power, since he controls time and everything, and makes him decay to like go from the Thanos we know and makes his body just decay instantly to a skull and grabs him. And I'm just thinking of that, like that made me think of like, what if we have to go to that extent where we travel through different universes and even grab villains like a Thanos, like a Ultron or something like that. Maybe like a lot of people don't think what if is canon, but what if actually is canon? Like now we have the possibility for that to happen.
Anything is canon now. But with Loki, anything is canon. You have all the X-Men movies. You even have the DC movies. I don't think they'll do that.
Imagine.
There is a comic of
Marvel and DC teaming up.
DC. Yeah,
And going
they had one against each other, and then they ended up teaming up. Yeah, I read it like 3 years ago. I saw it in a store, so I just picked up and I started reading. My parents forgot I was there. It was a fun day, but like, if Warner Brothers and Disney can come together and get that done,
unless Warner Brothers ever like, unless Warner Brothers gets their stuff together and like comes out with something that DC fans like, I don't see Marvel working with them.
That's true. That's true. But like they don't have to have all the same Batman, because like I saw this tweet the other day. It was someone saying about the new like DC universe. Now it's now like it doesn't include any of the Batman movies or Justice League. I think Justice League was in it. It doesn't include Batman versus Superman or any of that. But it does include Michael Keaton's two Batmans, and that's now like part of the DC universe. So Michael Keaton is the Batman DC universe, and it's just all like bullshit. It just makes no sense. I really think they should have just stuck with the Snyderverse, because what I was reading, that if it would happen, that would have been incredible. That would have been the best. That would, honestly, I would have enjoyed that probably more than Game.
Really?
Because like what I read was incredible. Because like, I don't know if you read it. What was gonna happen? it was so it was like after the events of Justice League, yeah, Justice League 2, what's his face comes back, um, and tries to take over, and then he forces someone to kill Lois. So then Spider-Man, Superman turns evil and turns against all his friends and whatnot. And then you have Batman working with Joker. Obviously, if you've seen the post-credit scene, you have Batman working with Joker, but he hates it, and like it just has a ton of people, good and bad, working together against Superman and Steppenwolf. I completely forgot. Hold on.
Well, yeah, that's what I think. Like Marvel's gonna have to like just do, or not Marvel, but the Avengers. I just feel like it's gonna get to the point where they're gonna have to work with people they don't want to work with in order to defeat Kang for the greater good of the universe.
Yeah, 100%. Like the fuck, I think it's Steppenwolf. I could be wrong. But what's I saying? I said something about
You were talking
Justice
about like
League.
yeah, how you would like to see Marvel and DC team up.
Yes. Like Marvel is very bright, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I mean, in Doctor Strange 2, that's meant to change and it's meant to be really dark and horror movie style. But like all of their movies are bright in the sense like they're not gonna they're not like, how do I say it? They're not brutal enough. Like they're not, if someone had real superpowers, what would happen if they fought a real human or someone with, incredible human abilities or whatnot, like Black Widow. If she actually fought Taskmaster in real life, she would have been bleeding. Like she would have been redder than her suit.
well, I think part of that falls under being under Disney. Being a little more kid friendly.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the difference between DC should have been and what Avengers, Disney Marvel isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Disney Marvel is, they don't want to show, they want to show fighting, but they don't want to show brutality fighting.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he punched you. Oh, you broke your nose. Oh, but there's no blood. It's fine. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Well, since we're still like talking about like things going on in the MCU and like potential like outcomes and stuff like this, there's this very interesting outcome for Black Widow. For those of you who have seen it, you know what I'll be talking about. For those of you who haven't, this is a huge, it's a pretty big spoiler warning for what's to come and stuff. So if you don't want to hear it, once again, probably mute for the next 5-10 minutes, or like, try to skip ahead to the point where you don't hear anything about like Black Widow. But for those of you who have seen Black Widow, we all know how the movie like ends. We know how the post credit scene ends with Yelena visiting Natasha's grave and Valentine approaching her and giving her next target in Hawkeye. So this alternate ending that was shot and was revealed by Kate Shortland, who is the director, has to deal with Yelena. Whenever she comes to the grave, she whistles like how they did as a kid. And obviously in the post-credit scene that we got, no one whistles back, so she she sits there by the grave and cries. In the alternate post-credit scene, when she whistles, someone whistles back, and that someone being Nat. So like, what do you like have to like? What do you think about that? Like, what do you have to say? Like, do you think, potentially, because we don't know what happened with Cap whenever he went to, whenever he put the stones back, whatever. We don't know what he did, what he encountered, which I would love to see, like, them come out with. I know Chris Evans is done for now, but I would love to see, like, even if it's like a year or so from now, kind of like with this Black Widow, like how they did with Black Widow. They released a movie even years after it happened to explain what happened in between these events. Like if they did something like that with Chris Evans, to where they explain or show what, at least give us an insight of what happened when he returned the stones. But like the thing I'm hearing is like, what if Chris Evans, whenever he returned to Vormir with the Soul Stone, since it is a soul for a soul, he got Natasha's soul back, because we don't know how it works. We only know in order to get the stone, you have to sacrifice the soul, but we don't know anything about if I bring the stone back, if I put it back, do I get that soul back? So like, what are your thoughts on like that of Natasha potentially being alive somehow, some way? What do you think?
See, that would be incredible. And there is a show called What If coming up.
Exactly.
So maybe, I doubt it will be, but maybe who knows. Like, if he did get her back, which I think is a real possibility, I know they say she's dead or whatnot, but then again, it's the multiverse, and things can change easily. Just as Alfred Molina said that John Watts said to him,
no one really dies in
no
this
one
universe.
really dies. So, who knows? I feel like, see, the thing is with Cap, like, I know it would be a good movie to see what he would do to go put the stones back.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real story to it. It's literally just watching him go to put the stone back. Like, he's not going to fight Red Skull because there's no need to.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to fight anyone else. He gets back, he doesn't have a villain to fight.
Mm-hmm.
No? I feel like, though, they'll go over it in Captain America 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, obviously, it's been confirmed. Well, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? It's most likely happening. There's going to be a Captain America 4 where it's, I forgot his name.
Sebastian Stan?
No, Anthony Mackie.
Oh, I thought you said Bucky.
No, it's Anthony Mackie's Captain America.
Yeah.
What's his name? His character name?
Falcon?
I forgot. No, name.
Oh, Sam Wilson.
Sam, that's it. Thank you.
This man.
Bro, it's late. Okay.
I know.
But yeah, no, like, I feel like Sam will, in Captain America 4, it's gonna sort of lead into like the Young Avengers, maybe a kind of another show, or the Thunderbolts, obviously, since Valentina, Valentina, since she was there, like in Falcon and the Winter Soldier and in Black Widow, I feel like it'll sort of lead through Hawkeye into Captain America 4 and just sort of all combine together. Yeah. And then in Captain America 4, you'll have Sam reaching out to Steve, old Steve, and maybe talking to him, because he's not dead yet.
Mm-hmm.
He's just done a memorial for him because he's old. So he can't exactly go out into the field and fight anyone.
Yeah.
He's not dead. A lot of people think he's dead, but he's not dead.
Yeah. Well, for now, for these next 3 weeks until we get What If, all we can do is just, I guess, sit around and come up with theories of what we've seen, what we have, what we're about to see, and just, keep our fingers crossed for this Spider-Man trailer. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it, like we've been saying, hopefully it drops this week. Hopefully Thursday. I'm really hoping to, wake up Thursday morning And like whether it's like whether it's late, even if it's like me being late an hour, I just want to see like me waking up to my phone blowing up about Spider-Man or something. I just want to see it.
The best. That would be the best thing
Like I
ever.
sleep in and like wake up an hour later and I see just my phone and like nothing but Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man like everywhere. Like that's one thing that I'm really hoping for. But until then, we can just keep our fingers crossed and hope hope to get it as soon as possible.
Bro, I want it now. Like, give it to me now. I'm pretty sure everyone wants it, but like,
Yeah. I think I was telling our friend Haley this. I was telling her like I was like I could go the rest of the month, or not the rest of the month, the rest of the year without any Marvel content.
as long as
I get Spider-Man, the Spider-Man trailer this week, and Spider-Man in No Way Home in December. Like, I would be fine with just those two things if I like just get it now and not have to watch anything Marvel related the rest of the year.
No, I totally agree, 100%. Oh, I would. Don't get me wrong. I'm so excited. I told you this before the first trailer came out. I told you I'm so incredibly excited for Shang-Chi.
Yo, me too, 100%.
Like, the top 3 movies that are coming out in the next 2 years: Spider-Man: No Way Home, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange 2. Those are my top 3. But like, I don't know what it is. I just am so excited for Shang-Chi.
No, I'm excited for that too. We have,
but yes, I agree.
Future ahead of us.
As Marvel fans, this stuff is getting good.
Yeah, we thought Phase 1 through 3 was good. Wait for Phase 4. Phase 4 is gonna be insane alone. Phase 4, I'm calling it now. With what's coming, just Phase 4 alone might equal out or surpass the hype that Phases 1 through 3 had altogether.
See, that's the thing, right? Like, you don't Phase 4 has already won so many fans, obviously, because you can sit at home and watch it instead of going to the cinema.
Yeah.
So like, I sent you a tick this morning. Someone is wanting Yelena to kill Clint because Clint.
Yeah, I saw. Oh my god,
Natasha.
I saw
that. The new fans know nothing about Shut up. Or anything about comics either. They just go, well, no one. Yes, Nas dead because of him. No, they literally had a 2-minute fight sequence. Who was going to jump? 2 minutes fighting, of friends fighting of who's going to kill themselves.
Yeah. Well, like I said, right now all we can do is just hope and wait.
Yeah, but so fucking excited.
Me too.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
I can't even. I can't. I'm not even in there in that range. I'm way over that.
Million.
Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Like I said, not much to like exactly talk about unless we like dig deep into like what we've already seen or what's about to come up. But like always, we appreciate you guys' support and everything. We appreciate those that check out the YouTube channel, check us out on Spotify and everything, and listen to us. Whether you're at work, whether you're on the way to work, whether you're driving, whether you're just chilling at the house or whatever, we appreciate it. Like always, we will have all our socials in the description below. And until next time, we'll see y'all next week. See you later, guys.